Call, run the floor. Monica, Jaylen Brown and the Celtics blew out the Steph Curry-less Warriors. Brown led the way with a triple-double. Question for you. How far can Jaylen Brown take Boston if Tatum does not come back?
Baby, the East is open. This team could, in theory, get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think Jaylen Brown is playing that good on both sides of the basketball. Again, a team that understands its roles behind him. They play hard, they defend. Why not? It could happen. They've got the experienced core as well.
Alan, it's been a great regular season story. Realistically, how deep of a run can Brown and the Celtics make without Tatum?
All about matchups. I mean, I'm going to watch them the rest of the way because they have the fifth hardest schedule remaining in the NBA. So this team's going to be challenged. They made some changes at the trade deadline. We'll see if they work with Vucevic. With losing Simons, you have no scoring off the bench. But Joe Mazzulla is coach of the year already. Already. He's done with this team.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Alan, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden and the Cavs absolutely blew out the Nets last night. No great accomplishment, no wonderful feat.
Thanks for saying that.
Did it by 28 points. Is Cleveland, now with Harden in the lineup, the most dangerous team in the East?
Dangerous? Cleveland's reputation in the playoffs has not been good.
No.
James Harden's reputation in the playoffs has not been good. Put those two pieces together, it's hard to have trust in what they are. Now, speaking of strength of schedule, they have one of the softest schedules remaining. So they can make a run and find themselves in the top of the East, higher seeds. But I still question whether or not you can trust them in the playoffs.
We talked Celtics, we talked Knicks, we talked Pistons. Monica, the Cavs with Harden and Mitchell. What do you make of them in the East?
It's 2 games in. Everybody pump their brakes. Ease up now. Ease up. Listen, I do think that the piece that we have not discussed enough is what James Harden does potentially for the back line, for Mobley and for Allen in this lineup. But if last night represents Detroit at the top, there is a nastiness, a grit, a dog pound mentality that I'm not sure that the Cavs have either.
Monica, Wemby and the Spurs come out of the All-Star break and absolutely dominate the Suns. Wemby had 5 blocks last night, and this dunk.
Get out of here.
He's ridiculous.
He
Is
really
San
is.
Antonio the biggest threat in the West to OKC?
Say it.
I could.
Say it.
Say it.
Come on.
I'm not ready to do it.
Come
I'm just
on.
not. They don't have the experience. Like, they just don't yet.
They got that guy, though.
I know, but he doesn't have the experience. I still tend to lean Denver. Now, if Aaron Gordon is not healthy, then there's some real issues potentially for Denver. Nikola Jokic is back, but still getting back to his form.
Who's in second place?
I get it. I'm just not.
Who's in fourth place?
I said I'm not ready. It's a Friday. Leave me alone.
I'm going to pull you with me, Mon. I'm going to take you with me on this journey because I'm telling you, start believing in that team. Start believing about this guy because he wants all the smoke.
It's not that I don't believe. Let's
that
clarify.
thunder smoke, too. We need that series.
It's not that.
We need
I
them
would
to
not
face
be
each
mad
other
at
in the
that series.
postseason. And I'm telling you, like, they have something there. You talk about, what did you say about the nasty, the grit? Right there. Right.
That's it.
Spurs have
Spurs
that.
have it.
They have that.
It's not that I don't believe. I just don't think they're the biggest threat.
Fair. There was some news yesterday in the league, and Adam Silver actually was the one who made it. He informed the league Thursday that the NBA does plan to make anti-tanking rule changes for next season.
About time.
Some of the highlighted proposals include allowing the play-ins to be a part of the lottery draft, flattening the lottery odds for all teams, so everyone's got the same odds.
I like that.
And teams can no longer pick top 4 in consecutive years and or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes. Alan,
I like it.
what is your reaction to some of these anti-tanking measures the NBA is actually taking a proactive approach to?
These I like because these are ways that what you do is you just take away that question, right? Like if the play-in teams are included in the lottery, that means you don't have that sort of 10th seed regret where it's okay, I'm in the 10th seed, I get to play in the play-in, but now I'm not in the lottery. There's a lot of teams that are like, what's the use of being a 10 seed, right? So it's more valuable to be in the lottery. So now you take that out of the equation. I think that's important. I think having the flat...
That is the wildest one, the flattened odds.
I think that's great because now what's the incentive of diving to the bottom? You don't have to anymore. You can still be competitive and still have a chance in the lottery, equal chance. I don't have a problem with that. I think the one thing that they have that we didn't list there, though, that I don't like is that they still will allow pick protections, but they'll change like what levels you can protect. Get rid of pick protections because that's also what leads teams to want to keep their pick no matter what. Get that out because you shouldn't protect picks. If you're going to trade them, you trade them. You give them up.
Monica?
Listen, I think there are some solid ideas. Flattening the odds seems to be one of my favorites in particular, but I kind of will believe all of this when I see it. I mean, technically, there are things in place now to deter teams from tanking. Clearly, they have not worked. And so I know that this has to go through another process before this is actually implemented. It is unfortunate that tanking has become such a negative headline because the teams at the top have been really, really fun.
They have, but if you're a Wizards or Jazz fan and you're watching and it's year after year.
Like, we can't have gap years. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why I like the rule about if you make the conference finals. If you're a good team in 1 year.
So this would be Indiana this year as an example.
Yeah, and
conference
they had
finals, and then Halliburton goes down, and now
they had a catastrophic injury, of course, but then they made some roster decisions that were like, let's reset our roster, get back under the apron, give ourselves some space. We'll take a gap year. We'll just give in for a year. That's not good business either. It might be smart strategy, but it's not good business for the league.
I just think the league has come so far they would even acknowledge that it exists. For years it was like, what are you talking? No. And now it's like, okay,
it's too obvious,
we have a problem.
Straights, it's too obvious.
I know we got to move on, but I think about Detroit, right? The last couple of years, the turnaround that this organization has had. I can't remember exactly 3 years ago if the word tanking would have applied, but there are teams that try to do it right. I guess it's
the only league where it happens.
It's
the only league.
It is true. Okay, guys, there's an awesome NBA doubleheader tonight. It features
us. Like, we showed Cade Cunningham go into the basket and getting a dunk. You can't let him just go into the basket, go into the paint, I should say, and get easy buckets and not feel you. And that, to me, is part of the problem. And part of the problem, I think, that, Monica, a lot of Knicks fans see in the Knicks a much different look. Watch this here. Like, he gets in. Now, there's Anthony Towns. Like, I'm sorry, you got 2 fouls, and it's in the second half. He needs to pay a toll, man. He's got to feel a forearm and say, you might have to get 2 at the free throw line, but I'm not letting you do that.
Yeah, okay, so obviously you and I were there as a part of the Knicks organization in terms of media contingency. So there's 2 ways that I'm looking at this, though, Schrager. One is Cade Cunningham getting the respect that he deserves, right?
Well,
and then 2, what is the gap here in terms of why the Knicks have 84 points? You just showed it in the 3 losses. I think, to me, I was so impressed with Cunningham's composure. Obviously, his size is a problem, but the way that the rest of that team plays for one another as well. To me, I liken it to OKC of the East in terms of a younger group that really energizes around each other's success. I mean, they're going from good to great passes. I mean, they're just selling out, taking a lot of pride in guarding their yard as various individual assignments. There's an energy there that you can absolutely feel. On the other side, I could give you asterisks on these losses for the Knicks.
There's been 3.
Yeah, like back-to-back, didn't have this person, first game out of the All-Star break. I could give you all of that. But I think when you look at it and you start glancing toward the postseason, your thought is that the maturity of this Knicks team is the thing that's going to get them by a young, inexperienced, if you will, Detroit Pistons squad. I don't know if that's going to hold based on what we've seen so far, because there is a fight, a want to, an energy about this Pistons squad. Now, to the Knicks' credit, they only got 13 losses, so they're giving it to a lot of teams.
True.
But in terms of what the expectation was of this budding rivalry, the gap is much wider right now than I thought.
It was a 5-game series last year when they played, and the Knicks won, but you felt it in New York that, this Detroit team, they're not backing down. Every game was close. And yet you watched a play in the game that you thought was quite problematic for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's one of these things, and I don't want to keep picking on the same guy here, but it is part of the problem of this team has been at times doing things where you just shake your head and say, what are you doing? And so the Knicks get it to 2 in the 3rd quarter. They're on a roll. Karl-Anthony Towns playing great. They get a steal. Here's Towns. Easy 2, could tie the game. We're going to throw a lob off 1 foot. Now they come down. Watch this. Bad transition defense, leave the 1 shooter open, boom, 5 points
that
swing.
Guy's not missing.
And that right there has been the season for the most part when they aren't playing well. That's what I mean. Now, I got to remind everybody, the Knicks have one of the best records in the NBA. They have one of the best offenses in the league. They've had a really good season on paper. But there's moments like this, I think, that stand out, and those are the reasons why you're seeing a lot of people around the league doubt whether or not this team can make a run.
This was a test, Schrager. Over the last 12 games coming into tonight, the Knicks climbed the defensive rating. Like you